What if the war raging inside you isn't a battle to be won, but a conversation waiting to be heard? Sometimes that inner landscape feels fractured. Moments of profound peace can be shattered by the sudden intrusion of panic. Despite the stillness around you, a relentless noise echoes within. Often we discuss mental health as merely a matter of coping. Yet what if something more profound is at play? Could it be about achieving a deeper clarity? Perhaps it's about discovering an inner thread, one that can weave the disparate strands of our internal chaos into a coherent whole. More than 2,000 years ago, a quietly revolutionary thinker named Anaxagoras challenged the conventional understanding of our world. He proposed that neither capricious gods nor random chance govern the cosmos. Instead, a silent force he called Nous, mind, brings order to the entirety of existence. But consider this. What if this Nous isn't solely an external cosmic principle? What if it resides within the very core of your being? Imagine the implications of allowing that inner clarity to guide your life's journey. This isn't a dusty relic of ancient history. It's an invitation to return to the most authentic version of yourself. Come, let's explore this ancient wisdom together, not as an abstract theory, but as a gentle pathway leading us back to coherence in our relentlessly noisy world. There's a curious comfort to be found in this realization. Even your most radiant joy carries subtle undertones of sorrow. Similarly, within the heat of your anger, the lingering warmth of love might still reside. Anaxagoras, observing the material world, believed that everything inherently contains a part of everything else. Imagine a simple piece of bread holding within it the very essence of bone, or a single drop of water carrying the faint memory of fire. For him, the universe wasn't constructed from neatly separated components. Instead, it arose from intricately intertwined traces, each woven into the fabric of the others. Doesn't this resonate with your own inner experience? Haven't you, in a single breath, felt both profound peace and unsettling fear? Haven't you simultaneously craved the solace of solitude and the warmth of connection? We are not singular entities, neatly defined. Rather, we are layered beings, complex and multifaceted. Perhaps this inherent messiness isn't a defect, but simply a fundamental aspect of being alive. Psychologically, this mirrors our inner multiplicity, the quiet hum of a crowd within a single mind. The nurturing caretaker walks silently beside the vulnerable child. The harsh critic's voice often drowns out the hopeful dreamer. Despite this inner complexity, we often attempt to force ourselves into rigid categories, good or bad, strong or weak. However, the pursuit of absolute purity is likely a myth, and perhaps the feeling of fragmentation is simply the price of our vibrant existence. So what if we shifted our approach? Instead of constantly trying to choose which parts of ourselves to embrace and which to discard, what if we chose instead to listen, to simply sit with the entirety of our inner landscape without the burden of judgment, to perceive the flicker of tenderness within the blaze of rage, the unspoken ache beneath the surface of joy? You are not fundamentally broken. You are simply and beautifully layered. Have you ever noticed a quiet corner within yourself, a part that remains untouched by the swirling chaos? It doesn't succumb to panic, it refrains from engaging in arguments or impulsive escapes. Instead, it observes, and when your awareness returns to this still point, everything subtly realigns. Anaxagoras named this inner presence Nous, mind, not as fleeting thoughts that dance across the surface, but as the fundamental force that imbues meaning into the apparent disorder. It quietly orchestrates the infinite possibilities. For him, Nous initiated the cosmos's grand dance, not with a deafening roar, but with a clear vision. It didn't seek to dominate, its essence was clarification. Could such a force also reside within you, waiting to be recognized? Within the vast expanse of your own psyche, Nous acts as the unwavering witness. It's the aspect of you that can perceive the downward spiral without being pulled into its dizzying descent. It hears the tempestuous inner storm and yet chooses the profound stillness beneath the surface agitation. This inner clarity doesn't clamor for attention. It doesn't issue demands. Patiently, it waits for you to pause, to draw a deep breath, to gently notice the underlying calm amidst the turbulent currents. Modern existence relentlessly pulls your attention in countless directions. Yet this inherent clarity, it has never truly abandoned you. You simply need to remember its constant presence. If you're finding this exploration of inner wisdom helpful and would like to delve deeper into similar ideas, please consider giving this a like and subscribing for more perspectives on navigating the complexities of the inner world. There's no imperative to mend every perceived flaw. Simply witnessing that gentle act of conscious contact is often the necessary catalyst for inner transformation. Why do we so often seek external validation and clarity when a wealth of insight lies dormant within? Anaxagoras perceived a fundamental truth that eluded many of his contemporaries. The moon possesses no inherent light. Rather, it shines by reflecting the sun's radiant energy. This seemingly simple observation disrupted centuries of ingrained beliefs, yet its significance extends far beyond the realm of astronomy. It serves as a potent mirror for the workings of the mind. Could your own path to clarity emerge not from frantic invention but from quiet reflection? You don't always need to generate novel insights through sheer force of will. Often, profound understanding already exists within you, patiently awaiting discovery in the stillness. What if true clarity isn't something you actively create but something you gently uncover through the practice of being present? Authentic reflection is, in its essence, an act of profound presence. It involves turning inward with unwavering honesty without flinching away from what you might find. It requires asking yourself the difficult questions. Where does this persistent fear truly originate? Whose voice am I unconsciously echoing in my thoughts and actions? What fundamental truth have I been too preoccupied to acknowledge? Like the moon in the night sky, you radiate most brilliantly when you reflect, not when you strive to perform or relentlessly seek approval. Simply reflect, and within that act of honest introspection, a deeper, more authentic light will invariably emerge. Let's resist the urge to rush towards preconceived notions of meaning. Instead, let's cultivate the spaciousness for genuine understanding to find its own way to us. Why does it often feel as though different aspects of ourselves speak entirely different languages? On some days, it can feel as if you're composed of disparate pieces that stubbornly refuse to align. You yearn for tranquility, yet find yourself scrolling endlessly through the digital noise. You make heartfelt promises of self-compassion only to find your inner voice laced with harsh self-criticism. That internal division, it isn't a sign of fundamental failure, it's an inherent aspect of the human condition. Anaxagoras theorized that the universe itself is constructed from an infinite array of fragments, every object, every living being a complex mosaic composed of everything else. No single part exists in a state of absolute purity. All are interconnected and entangled, held together by the unifying force of Nous. The same holds true for you. You are not a static, perfectly formed statue. Instead, you are a dynamic, ever-evolving self, shaped by the accumulation of experiences, the weight of memories, the sting of loss, and the persistent pull of longing. And the process of inner integration isn't about some impossible act of fixing. It's about extending a welcoming embrace to the parts of yourself that have been left behind, silenced, or ignored. It means creating space for the bitter emotions to breathe, allowing the frightened aspects to find a place beside you. This isn't about transforming into an entirely new persona. It's about granting every facet of your being the fundamental right to belong. Allow the inner philosopher within you to gently gather these scattered voices, not to silence their individual expressions, but to listen to their stories with wisdom and compassion. In a world that thrives on relentless stimulation, can we still discover moments of profound silence? Before the clamor of the external world invades your consciousness, there exists a fleeting instant, a single, unhurried breath. You awaken, and within that brief pause, the possibility of clarity still remains, but it's an elusive state, quickly overtaken. Notifications flood your senses. Conflicting opinions clamor for your attention. External expectations relentlessly pile up. Before your morning coffee has even cooled, you can feel a sense of self slipping away. Anaxagoras once stood apart, a solitary figure. He faced exile not merely from his society, but because he steadfastly clung to the pursuit of clarity in a world that often preferred the comfort of familiar illusions. To live in alignment with Nous in our contemporary world demands a similar, albeit gentler, persistence in choosing clarity. It doesn't necessitate a complete withdrawal from the world's vibrant tapestry. Rather, it involves a continuous act of returning again and again to the authentic core of your being, to a personal rhythm that resonates uniquely within you. You won't always feel its presence with unwavering certainty, yet it remains an enduring aspect of who you are. It's the part of you that observes the unfolding drama without the need to judge. It's the quiet knowing that remembers your true essence beneath the layers of external noise. Allow Nous to inform your mornings, to punctuate your day with mindful pauses, to guide your responses to the world's demands. One quiet, conscious choice at a time. You are far more than the sum of your transient moods. You are not defined solely by your moments of panic or the weight of your past experiences. Instead, you are a vibrant, living system, intricately layered, inherently intelligent, and ultimately whole. Anaxagoras didn't offer simplistic comfort. He provided a profound structure, a framework for making sense of the seemingly scattered fragments of our inner world. And now you too possess this innate capacity to intentionally slow down, to cultivate a clear and discerning gaze, to navigate the complexities of the world from a deeper, more grounded place within yourself. So, if this exploration has stirred something within you, allow that feeling to linger. Let its resonance echo into your next thought, your next breath. Subscribe for more if you wish to continue walking this path of inner discovery. And if a particular word resonated deeply with you, clarity, integration, sovereignty, feel free to share it in the comments below. Until our next encounter, may you remain aware of your beautiful layers and stay awake to the wisdom within.